They say war is evolving, but what if evolution itself was being rewritten? For decades, governments have raced to build the perfect soldier, faster, stronger, smarter. But somewhere in the dark corridors of classified research, a different kind of ambition took root, not just to enhance the human body, but to surpass it, to return to a time when beings walked the earth who were not entirely human, beings of immense power, feared in legend and buried by history. This is not just about technology or science, it's about something far more ancient and far more dangerous. What if the future of warfare is not built in laboratories, but resurrected from the past? What if ancient beings, once cast down by divine judgment, are now the blueprint for a new global weapon? This is Project Seraphim. They told us angels were pure, ethereal beings sent from above to guide humanity. But what if the truth was far more disturbing? What if ancient angels, long forgotten in dusty scriptures and banned books, held secrets not of heaven, but of war? In the shadows of top-secret military labs and underground bases, a chilling project may be unfolding, one that fuses the remnants of ancient celestial DNA with modern warfare.
This isn't science fiction, this is Project Seraphim.
Officially, no such program exists, but declassified documents, leaked testimony from whistleblowers, and ancient texts suggest otherwise. The name Seraphim was not chosen at random. In the biblical hierarchy, Seraphim are the highest class of angels, flaming beings that surround the throne of God. But they are also described as terrifying entities with 6 wings, voices like thunder, and a presence so overwhelming that even prophets trembled before them. Why would a modern military program use such a name, unless it was a nod to something they were trying to recreate? In recent years, a surge of scientific interest has emerged around what is called non-human DNA. Some of it was recovered from meteorites. Some, we are told, comes from ancient burial sites in the Middle East. But what's most intriguing is what happened to this DNA once it was acquired. Hidden behind layers of military contracts and shell corporations, a project appears to be underway to integrate this non-human genetic material into bioengineering programs, specifically those focused on enhancing soldier performance beyond current human limits. Many believe this is linked to the Pentagon's obsession with transhumanism. Super soldiers, advanced neural implants, cognitive enhancements, all under the DARPA umbrella. But insiders suggest that the most secretive layer of this initiative is not technological, it's spiritual. Project Seraphim, they claim, is an attempt to revive the power of the ancient watchers, the fallen angels mentioned in the Book of Enoch, who descended upon Mount Hermon and took human wives, giving birth to giants known as Nephilim. This forbidden union between celestial beings and humans supposedly led to a race of hybrids, strong, intelligent, and powerful. According to many apocryphal texts, it was this unholy lineage that corrupted the earth, leading to the Great Flood. But not all Nephilim were destroyed. Some say remnants of their bloodline survived, hidden in secret societies, royal bloodlines, and perhaps even in genetic artifacts scattered around the world. If Project Seraphim is real, it may be the continuation of a long-lost goal to resurrect the Nephilim, but this time with precision, through CRISPR gene editing, selective breeding, and advanced cloning technologies. Imagine soldiers with the strength of 10 men, immune to fear, resistant to pain, and able to process tactical data faster than any machine. This is not merely military enhancement. This is a quest to create post-human warriors, divine hybrids engineered for total domination. Curiously, many ancient cultures speak of sky gods who taught humanity metallurgy, warfare, and magic. The Sumerians had the Anunnaki. The Egyptians revered beings with both human and animal traits. Even the Aztecs believed their gods walked among them, teaching rituals of blood and fire. Could these myths be memories of a time when celestial entities truly mingled with humanity? And could modern science now be attempting to bring them back? There are rumors, persistent and troubling, that deep within military installations like Dulce Base in New Mexico or under the Arctic ice, grotesque experiments are being conducted. Hybrid beings, part man, part something else, are kept in stasis or worse, being trained. These are not simply rumors among fringe conspiracy theorists. Even retired military officials have alluded to strange encounters, classified missions, and biological entities that defy conventional explanation. What's more alarming is the spiritual component. Whistleblowers claim that during certain stages of the hybridization process, rituals are conducted. These rituals aren't scientific, they're occult. Invocations, sigils, and ancient rites, attempts to draw down or activate the consciousness of ancient beings within the genetic vessels being created. In essence, Project Seraphim might not be about enhancing humanity, but about inviting something else in. Religious scholars have warned of this for decades. They argue that the Antichrist will not simply be a charismatic leader, but a being of enhanced origin, possibly of Nephilim descent. In that case, Project Seraphim could be laying the biological groundwork for a false messiah, a hybrid entity with immense power and technological backing, capable of deceiving entire populations with signs and wonders engineered in labs, not from heaven. Even the Vatican has reportedly taken interest. In 2014, high-ranking officials from the Church visited CERN in Switzerland, home of the Large Hadron Collider. While officially described as a scientific collaboration, insiders suggest the real purpose was to assess whether portals to other dimensions, perhaps the spiritual realm, could be opened. Project Seraphim may not be operating in isolation. It could be the military arm of a global effort to contact or retrieve something ancient. And let's not forget the strange sightings. In recent years, reports of winged humanoid creatures, glowing beings seen during battle, and men in black retrieving crashed entities have surged. These could be test subjects, or worse, early successes. Many of these sightings coincide with known military zones, places where experimental aircraft are tested, but also places with deep, unexplained histories of UFO activity, animal mutilations, and spiritual disturbances. The implications are staggering. If Project Seraphim succeeds, the world may soon face a new class of being, not quite human, not quite divine, a living weapon with no loyalty to mankind, but to the architects who birthed it in secrecy. And once the balance of power shifts in favor of these hybrid soldiers, who will stop them? What government? What faith? What army? One final thought. The book of Revelation speaks of a time when the bottomless pit will be opened, and beings long imprisoned will walk the earth again. Could Project Seraphim be the key that unlocks that ancient gate? Are we not only resurrecting ancient genetics, but ancient rebellions? In the end, the question isn't just whether Project Seraphim is real, it's whether we as a civilization are prepared for the consequences of tampering with forces we barely understand. Have we reached the point where power, at any cost, overrides the sacred balance between man and spirit, science and soul? Or have we simply circled back to the ancient arrogance that once triggered the downfall of the mighty civilizations now lost beneath the sands of time? If the legends of the Nephilim and the Watchers were more than myth, and their genetic legacy has somehow survived, what does that say about who truly rules our world? Are the leaders we trust truly human in essence, or have they been touched, even altered, by the echoes of beings not of this earth? And if these experiments succeed in blending ancient DNA with modern weaponry, what kind of soldier will rise from the ashes of secrecy? This isn't just a theory, it's a mirror, a reflection of our obsession with dominion, with immortality, with becoming gods ourselves. And the truth is, every civilization that dared to play God eventually met its judgment. So we ask you now, what do you believe? Is Project Seraphim just another conspiracy, or have we already crossed the line between man and angel, flesh and spirit, creator and creation? Let your thoughts speak. Drop your reflections in the comments below. But remember, once knowledge is awakened, it can never be put back to sleep.